On to state politics now, with their sights set on the November election. It looks like state Republicans have painted a target on the back of New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. Weighing in, our political analyst, New York Post state editor Fred Dicker. And I think they're looking at de Blasio these days as sort of the guy who makes things happen that they don't like. Is that how it works, Fred?
That's part of it, Liz. I mean, the Senate Republicans in particular, because the last redoubt of power for Republicans in New York has been the state Senate. They thought they could work with Governor Cuomo. And late last week, their whole tone changed. They didn't want to face, I think, what a lot of us thought was the fact that a month ago, when the governor signed up for the support of the Working Families Party with the help of Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York City, the governor committed himself to a totally Democratic state, taking out the Senate Republicans. It appeared the Senate leader, Dean Skelos, not until late last week really realized what was going on, because last week, as we talked about, the small group of so-called independent Democrats decided to throw in with a larger group of Democrats, and that means the end, if it holds, of Republican influence in the Senate. Well, by Friday, Dean Skelos was referring to Governor Cuomo as basically, and he said this, turning over the state to make Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York City, the de facto governor of the state of New York. Republicans have unleashed fundraising appeals now built around the theme that New York City is about to take over the state. Over many years, and I'm sure you've seen this too, I've seen this tension between New York City and upstate politicians, but I don't think it's ever been worse. I think the stakes are higher now than ever before. And just as a final point, Liz, the whole heart of the strategy of Rob Astorino, the Republican candidate for governor now, is to put together an alliance between the suburbs of New York City and upstate voters against New York City. So he's playing into that because he knows the differences between the city and the rest of the state are so great.
All right. Well, we don't have time for a follow-up, unfortunately, but
I'm sorry.
But that's all right. Let's talk another time about how real the threat is, what the threat is to upstate that the Republicans see. Thank you. And Fred is on the radio live from the state capitol weekday mornings 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.